Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another Marine ECM. Sorry, my voice is a little broken. I'm a little under the weather. Oh, I have everything covering my face now, right? Oh, that's not the one. I have to take this one out at least. All right, so yeah, as you can see, my voice is a little broken. I'm a little sick, but nothing that can stop me, from doing a little bit of working here in my lab home, right? All right, so this is a Volvo Penta 5.0 coming from Hawaii. Dan George, this is your computer. All right, so I'm going to first, well, as normal, show you what I have in there. That's the computer connected over to the simulator. Everything is ready, so you can see behind me the computer and all the wires. I got two channels on the on the oscilloscope, the picoscope connected to see if we see a nice and clean injector waveform when we are going to run this. Just briefly, let me show you what I have as far as information from him. Well, again, just a short update or a short commercial. If you have any computer that you need to send to repair or instrument cluster, please visit MikeSalazarDiagnostics.com. That's my website. And just click on the white box in the bottom. That will download a Word document that you can fill. And then also the black box in the bottom also is to open your email. That immediately puts my email in there. You can send me an email so we can start to chat and have a conversation to see exactly what I can help you with. All right, so let's go over to the concerns. So let's first read in here. Just going to focus on the bottom. The rest was just me responding. It says, Aloha, I have a boat with a 2005 Volvo Penta engine. I don't know if the ECU is good or not. I saw your video on YouTube. I saw your YouTube video on diagnostics. Can I mail it for your diagnostics? We live in Hawaii. I'm like, sure, definitely. Yes, just send that over. I already connect the computer as you saw before. So this is from Diacom. The first connection, I always try to gather, make sure if it's at least talking, and the fuel pump and everything went on normally. I haven't adjusted any of the values because, sometimes I just connect the computer and the coolant temperature is high and I want to leave it like that. Like that, I know when a fault comes in, if that fault is mine or it was before, because sometimes it's a little hard, especially on the MEFIs, to know when the fault happened. As long as you have a very different coolant temperature or very specific coolant temperature or pit that you can use, then you can decipher which ones are yours. At least in my case, right? Because in the boat, you cannot be doing that. It seems like it's very low hours. We can see, right here, 227, almost 228. The only fault that I saw here, it was low system voltage telltale. So obviously right now, the battery voltage will be normal because that is in here. So let me see if because these values are definitely from here. And on this case, yes, like I said, on MEFIs, they don't give you a history. It's not like a free frame that you can go by. All right, so this is just to at least see that we have a fault in there. All right, let's go over to this capture and let me put the picoscope in the meter. As you see, I have the computer is connected and talking. I'm going to come back to this one just one more time. Let me get this one out so you can see. I want you to see the fuel pump relay. I'm going to turn the computer off. I see the immediately losses of communication, so I'm going to power on. We can see the fuel pump, and you will see the 5 volts at the same time, right? So focus on the screen with the same thing at the 5 volts. As soon as I turn this one off, I lost the 5 volts. And as soon as I turn this on, 5 volt comes on, and also the fuel pump relay. So we have that definitely shown in there. So that is a good sign. The computer is sucking. Let's get the because I don't have the Diacom in here, but I want to have the picoscope. Let's see how this runs, and I'm going to put the camera into that one. Thinking of what I want to do. Because realistically, I mean, looking at a computer in there, I can just show you that's for Dan, that is your computer. But realistically, not really much to see there, right, guys? I can put maybe Diacom here. Let me just see. How can I adjust this better? Give me 1 second, guys. Hi, guys. I selected a few pits so we can see Yeah, I'm recording so we can see what is happening. So I didn't touch anything because I wanted to keep the same temperature as it was before. As you see, I only have like 76 degrees, so I'm going to change that temperature to a more normal range. You have to bear with me a little bit because, like I said, I'm sick, so sometimes I don't think well when you're a little sick, right? So I want to go into like around there. That's a normal temperature, and the manifold pressure is correct. Throttle, I can go down. I usually like to be in between 7 to 10%. As you see, we got 255 times without malfunction. We got one trouble code, as you saw, and didn't erase it. And I'm putting, the injector bank, what the computer wants to have. Again, it's not running. So let's see if it runs. And we can see how we got, low RPM. Gonna have to move this quickly because this knob takes forever to pick up. Right now it's picking up. And we can see, on the oscilloscope, we can see the injectors, and it seems to be nice and clean. So we got 5-volt reference, we got injectors, we got IX position. Yeah, well, so far it's looking good. That one fault code, I can erase it because realistically, it's low battery voltage. We don't have any checksum error, which is a very problematic situation, especially on these methods. If you get a very low battery voltage, that can corrupt the EEPROM, and the calibration is locked, so we'll not be able to fix or to help you with that. So be careful with battery slows on these Volvo Pentas with the MEFI 4, and even with the e-controls. Very, very common situation you want to be aware of. All right, so everything is looking good. Let's go over the codes and let's erase these full codes so we can have 0 full codes. All right, so let's exit here. Yeah, I don't see nothing abnormal yet. Let's go over to, I'm going to, because you can see it in there, go over to the picoscope. And I'm going to put some cursors. So let's just stop just this for a second. Let's just stop this and measure the injection time to see if we are close to what that computer wants, even though I can definitely see it on here on my simulator is going 3.1 milliseconds, and we have in there 3.1 milliseconds. So yes, we are definitely seeing a normal clean injector waveform. I don't see multiple spikes, and the reason, or what I'm saying in here, which is very common on these MEFI computers when the grounds on the engine are being not taken care, that damage the internals of the computer, and it's like a noise. So you have the injector command, like in here, right? But it cuts it and like in 5 different times. It's like almost like it was like a multi-strike injector, which that doesn't exist, by the way. But yeah, so this is normal. This is nothing wrong with that. So again, this is a stop capture, no trigger. So like that is now free riding in there. So let me go back into Diacom. But yeah, so far so good. I don't see nothing running here. So let's get up to higher RPMs. So I'm going to go over to like maybe 4,000 RPMs. All right, so let's change the throttle position accordingly. And this time I'm going to put it like around 40%, and then change the map around 16. Everything so far is looking good. The temperature, I can keep it right there because we're not really affected by temperature in here, right? The only one that will be affected by temperature will be the computer, but that is only if something is related to heat, vibration. Then I will apply that with a heat gun or so. But so far, as you can see in the upper left corner, it's nice and clean waveform images, no spikes. It's looking good. All right, so then I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to keep this always running. I do a full test for around 1 hour on the computer on different RPMs. If I see something that I need to bring to your attention or all to you guys, I will be probably coming back in the video and then edit it. But so far, this is passing the test. I will consider this a good computer. All right, guys, I'm back in here with this computer because I noticed something, like, since I got all that stuff in the way for you and for me. So a computer is running good. Let me just say that I don't see really a problem with that as far as the vehicle or the boat running. But look at this. Battery voltage 10 volts. And that is now live. So I'm going to, because the problem with this system, I cannot change my battery voltage, but I can assure you I have 13.3 volts in there. I can use the meter. I'm going to move the meter over to here so we can measure, because the ground will be the same. So all I need to unplug will be the battery voltage, the sensor voltage, and use that same lead to measure my simulator out of wire. And this is just, to prove that my simulator voltage is good and we don't have 10 volts in there, because I'm always proving, it's actually right here, so that we have a good voltage. And as you can see, we got 1305 volts coming out from my simulator, not 10 volts. So that definitely has some issue internally. That is, again, it will be a fault code, but this will not cause any drivability concerns. This computer is not in charge of anything on the boat as far as, providing power to nothing. So this will be just that fault code that we had before. Let me bring this down to idle, because it's running good. The injection, milliseconds, and everything is steady. It's nothing abnormal. Computers is working good. So far, we have like 8.3 minutes running. So let me take a look at my RPMs. I went a little too low. All right, let me get the throttle to a normal range. Manifold air pressure as well. I find out right here, 12.6, 12.5. So that is my normal. As we can see, the battery voltage is not changing no matter what we do. So let me turn the crank and camshaft position off. That is normal, when you turn that off, but I don't see any differences on voltage. Going to lose the communication so we can see how that is actually live. So right now I just turned the computer off. So I'm going to turn the computer back on. And we can see it went up to 10.2. But that is no good. And we have in the meter 13.14 with the computer off. So this is, is it bad? I would say no, because looking at the signals, and let me just show you this, because on Diacom, we can also graph signals. So let me take the most important ones. Let's say, like the throttle position. Coolant temperature is also very important in here. So engine temperature. We're going to select the manifold air pressure and the throttle. Those are the main inputs for this type of computer. So let's go to throttle position, and let's do it on voltage, right? So that's very important. I don't think I have. Well, we got the manifold air pressure. I can do manifold air, no, not temperature, manifold sensor voltage. Do we have coolant temperature and coolant voltage? I don't think so. All right, so, but this is where you want to see, So okay, let's run this. So we're in idle. Where you want to see is to make sure that you have steady lines. Disregard the one on the top. The one on the top is the coolant temperature. You see we've got like a 169 to 170. So it's like a 0.5 of a volt, or sorry, of a degree. I will still consider that for these computers, not a problem. Not a problem at all. We can see, the manifold air absolute pressure really nice and clean, and the manifold voltage nice and clean. I don't know why I lost the throttle, right? So let's do the throttle. Again, it's only 3. Let me see. All right, so let's do the throttle now by itself. but we can see how it's going 1.08 volts. And it goes from 1.08 to 1.02 to 1.10. That is clean. That is clean. I don't see a problem with that. Let me raise the idle. Not sure where I am without seeing the pit. So let me go back. I'm 4,000. I'm going to raise the throttle to around 40 and slow the map to around 16 or so, which I went a little too high. And this is just to see what we see in the graph. You see, the higher the RPMs, the cleaner the signal it gets. See, right now it's in 2.25 to 2.27. That is, for me, not a problem in the computer. It will give you this fall for battery voltage low, but realistically, this will not affect the running of the boat or the performance of the computer for the boat. All right, guys, so I just wanted to get this in there because I don't want to miss anything and show you that I am actually, putting attention on what I'm doing. And then I'm going to have to call Dan to see what he wants to do, because I can definitely correct that. That's not an issue. I can correct it, but that definitely has, a price. So he can live with this. Good. He wants to fix. I can definitely fix it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.